That would be insane. And he'd probably get his face kicked off, probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless.
For Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous.
Manny Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like,
Joe Rogan warns Manny Pacquiao and urges him to pull out of the fight against Mario Barrios, saying it's just not worth the risk. Rogan points out how rare it is for older fighters to compete at a high level. Only a few legends have done it. Bernard Hopkins fought into his 50s, Archie Moore stayed competitive late in his career, and George Foreman won the heavyweight title at 46 by knocking out Michael Moore. But even those were special cases. Rogan believes Pacquiao's legacy is already set, and fighting now could do more harm than good.
Fighter. And he's a nice guy. If you're nice to him, he's a nice guy. He's fun. He's fun. But, you know, in the street, if you find that guy and you talk to him for no reason, he's going to put you in the hospital. He's going to put you in the hospital. And it's not, you can't do a goddamn thing about it. You don't even have a chance. You have nothing. You have zero chance. This idea, oh, fucking, these guys can't fight. I know how to fight. Shut your mouth. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You definitely shouldn't be out talking to people for no reason.
They do it. They always did it. They used to do it to Chuck Liddell. People would talk shit.
They used to do it to Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, people would talk to. People are. There's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, speaking of Mike Tyson, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, that like this shouldn't even because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy. Well,
they're definitely uninformed.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. He is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows. And, you know, it's long past the time where most people ever fight. You know, the only person that ever fought competitively after age 50 is Bernard Hopkins and Archie Moore. Archie Moore did it back in the day.
No, Foreman was 40-something.
Joe Rogan still recognizes what Manny Pacquiao has done in his prime. He praises Pacquiao for being different from most fighters. Even when people would trash talk him or try to get in his head, Pacquiao wouldn't react with anger or words. He didn't argue or respond with drama. Instead, he let his fists do the talking. Joe respects how Manny believed in proving himself inside the ring and not outside of it. He didn't waste time on talk because he knew what he was capable of. Time and time again, Pacquiao would quietly walk into the ring and completely destroy those who doubted him. Joe calls him a true legend in boxing history, not just because of his speed, power, or insane footwork, but because of his humility and discipline. In a world full of loud voices, Manny stood out by staying silent and letting greatness speak for itself.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick you later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that roast, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah.
Okay. And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in the fight.
Good luck.
As Manny Pacquiao grows older, the concern around his return to boxing only grows stronger. When he last fought Yordenis Ugas in 2021, many fans were shocked at how old and slow he looked compared to his prime. That version of Pacquiao already seemed far removed from the explosive fighter who once dominated legends. After that fight, reports came out saying that his wife had to feed him soup because he was too weak to eat by himself. That's how badly his body was affected by the punishment he took in the ring. And that was years ago. Now he's even older and wants to fight someone like Mario Barrios, who is younger, taller, sharper, and naturally bigger. Many believe this is not just a comeback story, but a dangerous move. Barrios is not a washed-up name or an easy opponent. He's active, strong, and has been improving. For Pacquiao to step in the ring again at his age after what he went through last time raises serious concerns. No matter how great he once was, the body doesn't lie. Time catches up with everyone, and stepping into the ring at this stage could be a big risk for the boxing legend.
It's a good fight for Barrios, you know.
Big payday, big fight, but can he win, or is it Pacquiao?
It would be fucking badass if Pacquiao becomes champion again. That's what would be fucking.
It could be. It could happen.
George Foreman did it. George Foreman did it. 46. That's 46.
No, listen, Manny Pacquiao's special. If anyone could do it, it's Pacquiao. Pita. Pacquiao, okay. I'm going to tell you the mathematics. It doesn't always work. Manny Pacquiao beat Thurman. Thurman beat Barrios. So why wouldn't Pacquiao beat Barrios?
He's 46 and he hasn't fought like 4 years.
Well, he's fresh then. No wear and tear.
He's done like 3. Have you seen the exhibition? Have you guys seen him? He looked like shit.
He didn't try. He didn't train.
He looked like shit. He's
His
46.
speed is... Age doesn't matter. Age is nothing but a number. 40 is the new 30s.
He's fucking 46.
How old is Barrios?
He's 40. Doesn't matter. He's in his prime. He's a world champ right now.
Timothy Bradley says that old legends like Manny Pacquiao only come out of retirement for one reason: money. He believes Pacquiao has already done everything he needed to in boxing, and there's no real reason to risk his health except for a big payday. What worries Bradley even more is the level of competition Pacquiao is choosing to face. Mario Barrios is no tune-up fight. He's young, strong, and hungry. Bradley warns that Pacquiao hasn't fought in years, and at his age, the timing, reflexes, and endurance just aren't the same. Stepping into the ring after such a long layoff against a dangerous and active opponent like Barrios is a big gamble. Bradley respects Pacquiao's legacy, but says this isn't a smart move. Age catches up with everyone, and boxing is the last sport where you want to find out the hard way that you're not the same anymore.
Manny Pacquiao getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money. 1, 2. I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, bigger fighter, knows how to, control distance very well, can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, these old legends, they got to get beat up several times before they call it quits.
Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the ring has taken the boxing world by surprise. After announcing his retirement in 2021, following a defeat to Yordenis Ugas, the 46-year-old icon is now preparing for a July showdown with Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight belt. The match was confirmed by WBC President Mauricio Suleiman, who emphasized Pacquiao's lasting impact on the sport and his drive to retire with another title. While many question his age and the time he's spent away from competition, Pacquiao remains resolute in his belief that he can still make history. The question on everyone's mind is whether Pacquiao, now in his mid-40s, can still compete at the highest level after such a long break. With no recent fights to gauge his current form, the stakes are high for this return. Mauricio Suleiman, president of the WBC, has confirmed that all the necessary permissions have been granted for Pacquiao to challenge for the welterweight title. While the announcement has sparked excitement among boxing enthusiasts, it has also raised concerns about the risks involved, especially with Pacquiao facing a younger, active fighter like Mario Barrios. Fans are left wondering if the legendary boxer can still handle the demands of the sport after such a lengthy layoff.
The WBC president Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? you know what I mean, Mario Barrios, who's the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman, talk about this.
Trainer Greg Hackett expressed his concerns about Manny Pacquiao's upcoming fight with Mario Barrios, stating that the situation has drastically changed since Pacquiao's prime. Hackett, known for his direct approach, noted that if this fight had taken place a few years ago, Pacquiao would have dominated Barrios without issue. However, at 45 years old, and with several years of inactivity, Hackett believes the Pacquiao fans remember is long gone. He pointed out that Pacquiao's speed, stamina, and overall fight instinct are no longer at the level they once were. Hackett described the upcoming bout as more of a money fight than a true contest between two top-tier athletes. He stressed that this fight doesn't reflect the competitive spirit of Pacquiao's previous bouts, but rather a spectacle aimed at cashing in on the boxer's legacy. The trainer's comments raise valid concerns about whether Pacquiao's return is motivated by financial gain, rather than a genuine desire to compete. Hackett's perspective underscores the risks involved for Pacquiao, who may face a tough challenge in the ring against a younger, fresher fighter like Barrios.
Sound like Pacquiao trying to hit a lick, you know what I mean? But Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might around and beat Pacquiao up. I mean, not knock him out, but, you know what I mean, beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like on shit like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, I mean, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love, if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I mean, I would love something like that. And that's a fight you know you got to get ready for.
Following in the footsteps of Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, who both made comebacks for lucrative bouts, Pacquiao's decision to challenge Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title has raised eyebrows. Critics argue that these returns are more about financial gain than preserving legacies. The concern is that such matches may tarnish the fighters' illustrious histories rather than add to them. Fans are growing increasingly apprehensive about Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring, with many labeling the upcoming fight against Mario Barrios as predictable and unnecessary. Critics point out that younger, more active fighters like Barrios are likely to dominate in such matchups, making it difficult to see how Pacquiao, at 46, can compete at the same level as he did in his prime. While the magic and excitement Pacquiao brought to the ring in his earlier years are still cherished by fans, there is a growing concern that his recent comebacks could tarnish the legacy of those unforgettable moments. Pacquiao's past achievements are so legendary that fans worry these new bouts may end up overshadowing the brilliant career he already had. This sense of nostalgia and respect for his past accomplishments makes his return feel more like a potential risk than a celebration. With more boxing legends stepping back into the ring for exhibition fights, many are questioning whether these comebacks are driven by the love of the sport or by financial incentives, leaving fans to wonder if the sport's true magic is being diluted by these questionable motivations.
Manny Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then can he make 147? And then you're letting him fight for the belt. That doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Cause Boots, that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Brian Norman, that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Like, this doesn't make no sense. These young fighters, like, they can really hurt Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao couldn't even handle Ugas. Like, just think about how this is all playing out. It doesn't make sense. This fight shouldn't be made. Like, there's other fighters that Barrios can fight.
For many within the boxing community, Pacquiao's return to the ring seems more about spectacle than sport. The stark age difference between him and his opponent, combined with his time away from the sport, raises doubts about the legitimacy of the fight. Rather than focusing on a true test of skill, this matchup appears tailored to draw attention and generate revenue. Some critics argue that such events diminish the integrity of boxing, reducing it to a cash grab rather than a meaningful athletic contest. The idea that a legend like Pacquiao would come back for a fight that many consider more promotional than competitive has led to frustration among fans and insiders alike. There's a growing sentiment that these types of matchups, driven by financial motives, undermine the true spirit of boxing. The concern is that boxing's long-standing reputation for fierce competition may be tainted by such attention-grabbing bouts. Manny Pacquiao's legacy as a Hall of Fame boxer is secure, and many of his loyal fans are deeply protective of that status. His name is synonymous with greatness, and the thought of him returning to the ring at 46 has sparked concern among longtime supporters. There's an emotional attachment to his past achievements, and the idea of him risking his reputation, especially against a younger fighter like Barrios, feels like it could tarnish the legacy he's built over the years. Fans worry that a comeback could undermine the remarkable career Pacquiao has already cemented in boxing history.
Bro, I'm sitting here chilling, right? Chilling with Miss KO. About to go grab some lunch. And my homie L-Dub texts me. And he let me know some crazy shit, bro. Manny Pacquiao is trying to come back to boxing, and he want to fight Mario Barrios for the 147-pound WBC welterweight title of the world. Manny, 8-division champion, bro. Hall of Fame fighter. Great memories of watching you fight. Sit your old ass down somewhere, man, and chill with your wife, bro. Go be senator, bro. Just because you didn't win president don't mean you can't run again and maybe try to win the next time, dog. We not trying to see you back in the boxing ring at all. Ugas beat your ass in 2021. Barrios beat Ugas' ass in 2023. What the fuck do you think Barrios gonna do to you right now, bro? Sit down, Manny. Shit.
Joe Rogan has long praised Manny Pacquiao for his extraordinary achievements, noting how Pacquiao dominated multiple weight classes and shocked the world with his victories over fighters like Miguel Cotto. His lightning-fast hands and incredible leg power made him one of the most feared and admired boxers of his era. Pacquiao's career is filled with accolades, and his accomplishments have earned him widespread admiration from fans and fellow athletes alike. He retired as a legend, leaving behind a legacy that continues to be celebrated. However, the announcement of his return to the ring for an exhibition fight at the age of 46 has raised questions. Many are now wondering if, like Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao's decision to come out of retirement is driven more by financial gain than a genuine desire to compete. This has led some fans to worry that his iconic career may be overshadowed by the motives behind this unexpected move.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Destroyer.
Manny Pacquiao. He
fucking just
won world titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it. Like
yeah.
that I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school. And the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to him. It was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs. Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah. And the
it's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power.
Speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight would have took place many, many years before than when it did, you know?
Well, it also took place and Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
He pointed to Pacquiao's stunning victory over Keith Thurman in 2019, a win that came when Pacquiao was 40 years old, an age where most fighters start to decline. That win cemented his legacy, as many thought he was past his prime, yet he proved everyone wrong. It was a reminder of the explosive power, speed, and determination that had made him a legend. However, the landscape has changed since that fight. Many fans feel that time has finally caught up to Pacquiao, and he no longer displays the same ferocity and sharpness that stunned Thurman. While his achievements will forever be remembered, the years of wear and tear on his body are becoming evident. Pacquiao's decision to return to the ring against younger, fresher competition raises concerns. The fear is that another loss or lackluster performance could tarnish the memories of his once dominant career. Pacquiao's legacy is untouchable, but with each passing year, the questions about whether he can still compete at the highest level grow louder. Fans are left wondering if his best days are behind him.
Yeah.
You know, and
seeing him beat Keith Thurman at 40 years old, like, god damn, this guy's great. I mean, just look at his career. With 8 different weight classes, world titles in? 8 different weight classes. 40 years old, beats Keith Thurman, who's in his prime.
Right.
Crazy. I mean, what a man. I mean, what a world champion.
Well, he sure turned back the hands of time on that one.
It's crazy.
Didn't he?
And he fought in spurts. Both of them fought in spurts. And I thought Keith was going to pick up on it, but Pacquiao was only fighting the end of the round.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.